Last year, YouTubers from Yes Theory made a video about Moldova, which received 6.8 million views and sparked curiosity around the world about this one of the least known countries. So, in this video, we will see and understand the least visited country in Europe, that is Moldova. Moldova, officially the Republic of Moldova, is a landlocked country in Eastern Europe. Moldova is bordered by Romania to the west and Ukraine to the north, east, and south. The country spans a total of 33,483 square kilometers. It has a population of 2.5 million, with one-third of the population living in its capital, Chisinau. Its most spoken language is Moldovan, which is basically Romanian with Russian influence, as Moldova was part of Soviet Russia. Ethnically, 82.07% of people are Moldovans, 6.57% are Ukrainians, 4.57% are Gagauzians, 4.06% are Russian, and 0.85% are Bulgarians. 92% of people are Christians, and 90% follow Eastern Orthodoxy. Moldova is a unitary parliamentary republic. This is the flag of Moldova, and the coat of arms is the national emblem of the Republic of Moldova. The currency of Moldova is Moldovan leu, with an official exchange rate of 17.74 lei for $1, as of January 2023. Moldova is divided into 32 districts, 3 municipalities, and 2 autonomous regions, Gagauzia and the left bank of the Dniester. The final status of Transnistria is disputed, as the central government does not control that territory. The history of Moldova can be traced back to 1350, when the Principality of Moldavia, the medieval precursor of modern Moldova and Romania, was founded. The foundation of Moldavia is attributed to the Vlach, an old exonym for Romanian, nobleman Drago of Badu. The name Moldova is derived from the Moldova River. The valley of this river served as a political center at the time of the foundation of the Principality of Moldavia in 1359. The Principality, a vassal of the Ottoman Empire from 1538 to the 19th century, saw its eastern half, Bessarabia, annexed by the Russian Empire in 1812 after a Russian-Turkish war. In 1918, following the Moldavian Democratic Republic's brief independence, Bessarabia united with Romania as decided by the parliament, Sfatul Rai. Throughout the Second World War, the Soviet Union occupied Bessarabia, reclaiming it from Romania, and it later became the Moldavian ASSR within the USSR, until declaring independence in 1991 as the Republic of Moldova. The country lies to the east of the Carpathian Mountains, and is bordered by Romania to its west, and by Ukraine to its north, east, and south. The total length of the national boundaries is 1,389 kilometers, including 939 kilometers with Ukraine, and 450 kilometers with Romania. The country is separated from Romania on the west by the Prut River, and on the east from Ukraine by the Dniester River. The largest part of the country, around 88% of the area, lies in the Bessarabia region. Although the country is technically landlocked, the port of Giurgiuleți in the extreme southwest of the country lies at the confluence of the Danube and Prut rivers, which therefore provides it with access to international waters through the Danube, which empties into the Black Sea. While most of the country is hilly, elevations never exceed 430 meters. Moldova has exceptionally rich Chernozem soil, covering around 3/4 of the country's land area. Moldova has a climate that is moderately continental. Its proximity to the Black Sea leads to the climate being mildly cold in the autumn and winter, and relatively cool in the spring and summer. Forests currently cover only 11% of Moldova. The national animal of Moldova is an oryx. The environment of Moldova suffered extreme degradation during the Soviet period, when industrial and agricultural development proceeded without regard for environmental protection. On 2 January 1992, Moldova introduced a market economy, liberalizing prices, which resulted in rapid inflation. From 1992 to 2001, the country suffered a serious economic crisis, leaving most of the population below the poverty line. Though after 2001, the Moldovan economy saw a resurgence, growing its economy rapidly. Moldova remains among the poorest nations in Europe. It has a nominal GDP of $14.33 billion as of 2023. GDP per capita has almost doubled from $2,749 in 2015 to $5,562 in 2022. Moldovans abroad account for almost 38% of Moldova's GDP, the second highest percentage in the world, after Tajikistan, 45%. Agriculture contributes 10.39%, industry contributes 20.61%, and services contribute 54.85% to the Moldovan economy. Major exports of Moldova are insulated wires, wheat, sunflower seeds, and wine. While major export partners are Armenia, Russia, and Turkey. With its 300 days of sunshine per year, the climate in Moldova is ideal for agriculture and particularly vineyards. The wine industry is a major economic sector. Moldova is the among least visited country in Europe, and tourism consequently plays a relatively minor role in the country's overall economy. Still, Moldova and its capital city Chisinau are an attractive tourism destination due to its picturesque natural landscapes, 300 days of sunshine per year, low prices, ancient wine culture, and mix of regional cultural influences. Tourism in Moldova has focused on the country's natural landscapes, historical sites, and historic wine tradition. Moldova is internationally connected by plane via Chisinau International Airport. As a major exporter of wine with more than 142 wineries and the largest wine cellar in the world, vineyard tours are offered to tourists across the country. Major sites include the Cracova Winery, whose wine cellar stretches more than 120 kilometers. Castle Mimi, a 19th-century chateau with vineyards, a museum, art gallery, spa, hotel, and restaurant, and Miltai Misi, which boasts the world's largest collection of wine. As a country with a deep history of Eastern Orthodox Christianity, the country also has more than 50 monasteries and 700 churches. Among the most famous and well-visited are the Old Orhei Cave Monastery, carved into a cleft face in the 13th century and still in use today, and the 19th-century Nativity Cathedral in the center of Chisinau. The capital city of Chisinau hosts most of the country's national museums, including the National Museum of Fine Arts, Moldova State University, Brancusi Gallery, the National Museum of History of Moldova, with over 236,000 exhibits, as well as bustling markets in the north of the city, including the house where Alexander Pushkin once resided while in exile from the Russian Tsar. The only UNESCO site in Moldova is the Struve Geodetic Arc. The site was built by a Russian astronomer and stretches about 2,820 kilometers. Every year on 3-4 October, the country celebrates National Wine Day, where wine producers open up their wineries to the general public and provide shuttle buses between locations. The main means of transportation in Moldova are railways 1,138 kilometers and a highway system 10,937 kilometers. Chisinau has a trolleybuses network of 246 kilometers. The Moldovan armed forces consist of the ground forces and air force. Moldova maintains a standing army of just 6,500 soldiers and spends just 0.4% of its GDP on defense, far behind its regional neighbors. Moldova's cultural tradition has been influenced primarily by the Romanian origins of its majority population. Mihai Eminescu is the national poet of Moldova. Popular alcoholic beverages are Divin, a Moldovan brandy. There are several popular Moldovan dishes like plesint, sarmale, plăcindi, zimbrința, borscht, pierogi, medovic. Moldova has among the highest alcohol consumption per capita in the world, at 15.2 liters. In Moldova, on 1 March, features MRIR gifting, which is a tradition where females are gifted with a type of talisman given for good luck. The greatest Moldavian personality was Prince Stephen the Great, who ruled from 1457 to 1504. He fought the Hungarian kingdom, the Polish kingdom, and the Ottoman Empire, with success for the most part of his rule. Association football is the most popular team sport in Moldova. Trent is the national sport in Moldova. Foreign policy of Moldova is designed with a view to establishing relations with other European countries, neutrality, and European Union integration. After independence from the Soviet Republic, Moldova went through the War of Transnistria. Transnistria, which was part of Moldova and broke away due to ethnic Russian and Ukrainian population and pro-Russian sentiments, Moldova over years has inclined towards the West. Moldova signed the membership application to join the EU on 3 March 2022. On 23 June 2022, Moldova was officially granted candidate status by EU leaders. Moldova has set 2030 as the target date for EU accession. During the Russia-Ukraine war, more than 780,000 Ukrainian refugees were permitted to cross the border into Moldova. There is also substantial controversy over ethnic and linguistic identity in Moldova, concerning whether the Moldovan language and Moldovan people constitute separate linguistic and ethnic groups to the Romanian language and Romanian people. The possibility of the unification of Moldova and Romania has remained a popular topic in both countries since Moldova's independence in 1991. So that was Moldova for you.